blessed to produce for over 50 artists, man, and you name quite a few. I always try to sit here and remember. I'm gonna see how many I can get out before I start forgetting. So like I said, 50 Cent, Cameron, the whole Dipset, the whole G Unit would have to sell over 1 million records to, really see this money and shows. And I was sitting there like, man, I don't really love that, because it's not easy. You work with so many people. Sometimes you start feeling yourself, and it's cool to to remain humble. And to be a cool person, man. Y'all, it's the kid Amadeus. I'm here in London, UK, whatever, y'all. CEO of Platinum Boy Music Inc., Badboy Entertainment producer, also Trey Songz, the music director and drummer. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to everybody here in London. Shout out to everybody back in the States, NYC. You know what it is, the whole Badboy family, the whole Platinum Boy Music family, the whole team Songs. We here, and right now you're watching FACTORY78.com TV.
FACTORY78 TV. I'm your host, Adesope. We're here to meet a special person, one of the people that usually is behind the scenes, behind the music scenes. It's a multi-platinum music producer, music director. We're talking about everything. Signed to Badboy Entertainment through the Hitmen Collective. CEO of the Platinum Boy Music, Mr. Amadeus. How you doing?
I'm good, man. First of all, applause to you on knowing everything. A lot of people don't get all of the titles right, but I appreciate you definitely doing the research and respecting and having a love for what I do in the music business, man. And I'm just happy to be here. Shout out to everybody in London. Just happy to be here, man. Happy to be here with you.
A lot of people, like I said, music producer, your music tour director. A lot of people would like to know who exactly is Amadeus.
As you mentioned some of it, but born and raised in New York City, Bronx, New York to be exact. CEO of Platinum Boy Music, and just a person that loves God. I love my family, and just love to make amazing music. I'm passionate about it. I've been a drummer. I started drumming in about 4th grade, so it's something that I've always had. You know what I mean? And throughout the years, I've kind of developed it and tried to perfect it. There's no such thing as perfection to me, but you always work towards it. So I just love making great music and connecting with the people and being an inspiration to the next generation and even our generation. You know what I mean?
You said you were a drummer. How does a drummer transform into a music producer? Tell me about that link.
Great question. I started out as an artist.
Rapper?
Yeah.
What was the name, man? What was the name?
Wow.
Yeah.
You gonna do this to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I think I went with something like A Boogie or Ant Dog. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone. But started out as a rapper, and I had a few colleagues in the game that were kind of really into the industry and really doing their thing, and they kind of was like, you sure you want to do this rapping thing? And I liked it. I really can't say I loved it. I liked it, and they kind of schooled me to the business side of things, and they was like, man, you would have to sell over 1 million records to really see this money and shows, and I was sitting there like, man, I don't really love that. And they was like, why don't you be behind the scenes? Why don't you become a record producer? You already play the drums, producing has everything to do with the drum beat. Why don't you go after that? And I kind of thought about it and was like, I'll give it a shot. And man, the first time I, picked up a keyboard and started programming the track into it, I was just like, okay, I can see myself doing this. And, I kept doing it. And for about a year straight, just, making music. And it became something that I liked to do. And it kind of like turned into something that I was passionate about. And that's pretty much how, it all started. I'm 31 years old now. And I started at the age of 15. So I've been doing this for about 16 years.
Wow. One of the first records that you produced or that caught the attention of a lot of people was with Foxy Brown, or that really made a statement to let people know you're out here and you're doing it big. And since then you've gone through names like T.I., Trey Songz, Jim Jones, Cameron. Give us a little bit of an insight of the type of people you've worked with and the kind of hit songs that you've produced.
Right. Man, it's been a great journey. Like I said, 16 years, which is a long time. For someone to be doing something, in this realm. So, man, I've been blessed to produce for over 50 artists, man, and you name quite a few. I always try to sit here and remember. I'm gonna see how many I can get out before I start forgetting. So like you said, 50 Cent, Cameron, the whole Dipset, the whole G Unit, T.I., Young Jeezy, Keisha Cole, Trey Songz, Danny D. Kane, Donnie Kling, Busta Rhymes, Tyga, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Jay Mills. See, here's where I start. Papoose, Red Cafe, Remy Ma, DJ K Slay. But that's enough. Man.
That's a whole repertoire of extremely successful musicians out there. Rappers and musicians. How do you keep yourself grounded, knowing fully well that you work with some of the biggest hitters in the music game?
Great question. God first, man. Very, very spiritual being. I have a lot of. No, I take that back. I don't have a lot of. I say I have the right amount of people to surround me. With them having God in their lives and just having, positive energy. And that's what I go for. I like to connect with people. I like to connect with people that are like me. I like to connect with people that are positive like me. Not being judgmental, because, none of us are perfect. But, I like to surround myself with the right people because if I do that, I can stay in the right lane. I can stay going in the right direction. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much, how I do it. I don't do it alone. You know what I mean? It's the God in me, and it's the people that I have surrounded by me, to make sure that I stay in line. Because it's not easy. You work with, so many people, sometimes you start feeling yourself. And it's cool to, to remain humble and to be a cool person, man, because it's like, I'm blessed to be in this position. A lot of people have dreams. A lot of people are more talented than me. A lot of people do what I do better. But it's not about that. It's about positive. It's about perfecting your craft. It's about being just a good dude that, people want to surround themselves and be around, more than the music. You know what I'm saying?
You've done a good job with that, and the people around you, they've done a good job too. Yeah. Now, CEO of Platinum Boy Music, member of the Hitman Collective, signed to Badboy Entertainment. Tell me about Platinum Boy Music, the Hitman Collective, and being signed to Badboy Entertainment.
Platinum Boy Music was started by myself. I was actually sitting in the ASCAP office, trying to create a name for my publishing company. And I was sitting there, and as we can see, when I was doing the rapper thing, I was really terrible with names. But I sat there and gave it a shot, man. I was like, let me see, what can I name my company? And then I was like, well, I want my records to all go platinum and more and beyond. And, I'm a male. My gender is male. I'm a boy. And I was young at the time. I was about 15, 16 years old. So I was, I couldn't say platinum man. I had to say, platinum boy. And, it had a nice little ring to it. And I loved it. And, when I heard people say it, I was like, okay, that sounds all right. And I kind of went with it. So I started off with just myself. And as the years, went on, it grew. Consisted of an artist, Tiffany Mignon, the angel of R&B, and producers and songwriters, so it just turned into a team of people that are extremely talented and motivated and passionate, about what they do, so that's what Platinum Boy Music is, working on some projects. Tiffany Mignon, to be exact, finishing up her album as we speak. She has 2 singles out right now, which I'm gonna make sure I get to you guys. Dance the Night Away, featuring Fred the Godson, who's a real big, real big. He's from the Bronx too, and we both from the Bronx.
It's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah,
right now.
nice. So definitely got to get y'all that record, and also I know how to love you.com. So we working. So that's Platinum Boy Music. In regards to the Hitman, we know the legendary Badboy Hitman, production team. The original producers, Stevie J and Derek D. Angeletti and Mario Winans and Chucky Thompson and Buck Wild. You know what I mean? All of these dudes that created Benjamins and Hypnotized and, Only You, and you know what I mean? So to even be a part of that legendary team, today is amazing and it's monumental, and I definitely don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? So, that's why, me producing for those amount of artists, it just kind of makes sense. I didn't come to Badboy when, I was building or growing. Nah, it's like I came to Badboy after producing for over 50 artists. So I was bringing something major and monumental already to the table. And, we joined forces and we're just moving forward. You know what I mean?
Now, you've worked with P Diddy. You're signed to Badboy, so you've worked with P Diddy. What is it like working with P Diddy and working for P Diddy as a producer?
Right. It's challenging. very challenging. He's a perfectionist, you know, and for someone to be doing what they've been doing for the amount of time they've been doing it for is like so much wisdom, so much knowledge, and I take it all in. You know, I take it all in. And you know, I had the opportunity to be on the MTV show, making his band, you know, working alongside of him, putting together his band for the Last Train to Paris album. And you know, that was an awesome experience. It's just, you know, being around some amazing musicians, and you know, being around him, creating and molding his project, and you know, selecting the songwriters, selecting producers, and you know, trying to find that right band member to fit and to play that sound, the music that he was presenting to the world. You know what I mean? So it was really dope. And in regards to working for him, it's more of a partnership. You know, not so much working for him because you know, they're management. So it's kind of like, you know, them representing me and having my vision of what I want to be and where I want to go as a producer, and helping me, you know, get to the next level. So it's more of a partnership. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, you talked about making a band. You're a regular BET 106 and Park, judging talent.
Yeah.
A producer like yourself, Amadeus, work with some of the biggest artists in the world. What exactly do you look for in an artist before you say, okay, there's something here?
Right. Definitely talent. You know, definitely talent. Rare talent. You know, a lot of people can do, you know, a lot of different things, but it's got to be something about you that stands out, whether it's your voice, whether it's your tone, whether it's, you know, your wordplay, how you deliver, you know, a song, you know, whether you can produce and write as well. And the main thing, you know, besides all of those things is I look for passion. You know, it's one thing to wake up and say, hey, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a singer, I want to be a producer, I want to be a songwriter, and, you know, kind of like just do it. And it's another thing to say, hey, I love this. I love making music. I love, you know, being an artist. I love being a producer. I love being a musician, because, you know, the business side of things is challenging. And in order for you to really go full speed and really get to that point where you know, working so hard to get to, it's going to take a lot of sacrifice. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of energy. And if you don't love it, you know, you won't continue to do it, you know, because of the challenges that come your way. You might not be able to handle it, you know, and you might back away. But when you love it and when you're passionate about it, regardless of what, you know, obstacles come your way, you know, what the challenges are, you stand up and say, hey, man, this is what I love to do. I'm going to go after this regardless. You know what I mean? So I look at that, and it's something in the eyes of that person that, you know, when you have it, you can see it in someone else's, you know, in someone else's eyes. So I just look for it. You know what I mean? I just look for it.
Now, you're the music tour director for Trey Songz and his tour drummer.
Right.
Tell me about that experience of being the tour director. What do you do, and being the tour drummer as well?
Right. You know, as a music director, and I'm glad you asked that question. A lot of people are not aware of what that means. Basically, it's my job to take Trey's vision as an artist and to put together the best live show, you know, possible for the audience and his fans. You know, from selecting the band members and hiring the band members, working hand in hand with the production and the lighting director and the sound engineers, and of course Trey himself and management, to just put the best show together possible, from selecting, you know, which songs we do, you know, figuring how it works in the time slot that we have available to perform in, who, you know, we're performing for. Obviously, if we're here in London, you know, we need to perform, for example, Heart Attack. Heart Attack has just been released here, you know, so that's definitely a song we need to pay close attention to, make sure that we get that out here, and just to have a good time. You know what I mean? It's challenging, you know, it's challenging. You know, sometimes we don't have as much time as we want to you know, perform, but we have to make it work in that time frame. So it's my job to make sure we do that, to present Trey with all of the great ideas that I have, along with management, to see that happens. You know what I mean? So that's my job as a you know, a music director. But as a drummer, I mean, you already know what that is. You know what I mean? You pick up them sticks and you just tear down the skins, man.
Yes, now, a music producer, for a few music producers that are watching right now, they want to know, like, what's your favorite equipment to really dazzle with? Right. Or is it a software, or what is it that you like the most?
You know, I'm old school, and I'm still on the MPC 2000 XL. And, you know, a lot of people be like, really? And I'm like, no Logic, no Pro Tools. And I use Pro Tools to kind of like track the beats out. But I'm still on the keyboards, man. I'm on the Yamaha Motifs, the Roland Phantoms, the MPC. You know, at the end of the day, you know, eventually I'm gonna have to transition into the softwares. I mean, that's pretty much where technology is going, you know, today. But I'm as long as I can, stay on the MPC, I'm on it. You know what I mean? And people love that sound. People love what I do. And sometimes you gotta stay authentic to who you are and to yourself. You don't have to necessarily chase the technology. Eventually you have to catch up to it, but you don't have to chase it. You know what I mean? So I'm still on the hardware.
Before we wrap up, Afrobeats, African music is becoming global now.
Right.
Kanye West has signed one of the biggest artists. Right. Akon has touched onto that. Are you going to be sampling or messing with any African beats or artists pretty soon?
Man, I would love to. And the fact that I've been touring, the world, I've been being able to expose myself to the various styles and sounds and different genres of music. We was recently toured Australia, and after touring Australia, we went to South Africa, and we went to Ghana, we went to Johannesburg, we went to Durban, and amazing to go back and to actually see, where you're from, and just amazing, and I had it on MTV all day, while I was out in Africa, and just kind of like checking out all of the various artists that were out in Africa doing amazing things. And I'm a person that I like to do a lot of things on my own. I like to connect with people on my own, just like I connected with you guys. And I reached out after seeing some videos, reached out to a few African artists and connected some dots. So definitely look forward to seeing me making more music worldly. I've worked with a lot of artists in Italy. Some artists I just did a record with Chipmunk, so that'll be actually my first UK placement. Chipmunk, and the song features Trey Truth, who's from Houston, all Grand Hustle. So definitely shout out to Chipmunk for giving me that opportunity. So I'm as I everywhere I go, I try to connect with whoever's hot and whoever's even if you're not at the top. Just like I said, if you're passionate and you're dope, crept in play. You know what I mean? Definitely in talks with them, doing some records with them. Skepta, connected with him, doing some things with him. So trying to make it all work, man. Trying to connect the dots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to ask you what we should be looking forward to, but you mentioned a lot of UK power players out there. Skepta and all these type of guys. And apart from that, I looked at your kind of roster as well. I saw Justin Bieber. So there's loads of different genres that you're touching base with. Right. Is that what we should be expecting from Amadeus in 2012 going forward?
Yes, absolutely. I started off as a hip hop producer. And was so passionate about what I did as a producer. I wanted to grow. I wanted to evolve into producing pop, producing R&B, producing gospel. Music is all genres, and I want to be able to produce it all. And me being a musician helps propel me in that area. To be able to produce in the different genres. So I definitely want to keep that going. Getting ready to produce some gospel from the church. That's where it all started. So in order to be able to give my gift back to God, I had to make sure that I molded it and practice and, make sure I did what I needed to do. So working with Michelle Williams, who was actually producing the gospel album, and she gave me a call, and so far I got 2 records on her new album. Looking forward to working with Mary, great friends with Teddy Campbell and Warren Campbell. So we're discussing that. So I just want to do it all, man. I just want to do it all. Sky is not the limit. People say sky is the limit. I say sky is not the limit. You can keep going higher. You keep going higher. Keep going higher.
Well, man, you keep going higher. You've worked with everybody. It's a pleasure to absolutely sit down right next to you here. Like you said, you hit us up. You shown us how to do things, and a lot of information has come from the way you've related to us. So we really, really appreciate it. Where can people catch your information? Is it Twitter, Facebook, your website? Where's that?
Well, first off, thank you for having me, man. I got to check out the website, FACTORY78.com, and was loving what you guys were doing. What you guys put together, in regards to website and promoting artists and promoting producers and people that are just trying to move forward and push forward in life and in their careers. So I definitely respect, all that you do. Appreciate, y'all for reaching out and coming out and interviewing me here in London. So thank you for that. But in regards to me, you can definitely check out the website, which is www.platinumboymusic.com. And that's www.platinumboymusic.com. I'm also on Twitter. It's at Producer Amadeus. We've been tweeting all day, and I'm gonna definitely tweet, as soon as we're done, so that the people can, have the right Twitter name and connect. But just working, man. Just definitely check out the website. It's updated daily for all new projects, everything that I'm working on. Everything that's going on with Tiffany Mignon, the angel of R&B. And her project. The music, the interviews. As soon as we done with this, I'm gonna definitely have it up on the website. For everybody back in the States to check it out. So that's where you can find me.
Thank you very much for your time, Amadeus. This is FACTORY78 TV. Adesope. I'm out.
Thank you.